Welcome to our 16th episode for our theory course at Play Piano. Today we're going to be talking about interval inversions. Inversions haven't been talked too much about, so I will briefly talk about them now. An inversion can happen to an interval, a chord, or a tetrachord, which is a 4-note chord. Since we're looking at inverting intervals today, it is where the interval has been renotated so that the bottom note is on the top, leaving a new bottom note. This process can be repeated until the original state of the chord is back. You can invert intervals, triads, and tetrachords, so let's try a couple. Here is a major third, C and E. Let's now invert it by taking the bass note C and putting it above the E. Now we have a minor sixth, E and C. Pretty easy stuff. Here we have a perfect fourth, G and C. Inverting means that we put the G above the C, giving us a perfect fifth. Here's a cool tip for inverting intervals. No matter what interval that you're inverting, if you've done it right, the original and the inverted interval will add to 9. In our previous example, we had a third invert to a sixth. That equals 9. So by that logic, a second would then invert to a seventh, a fourth to a fifth to a fourth, a sixth to a third, and a seventh to a second. The octave also inverts to a unison and vice versa. Additionally, the quality will get inverted to the opposite. The major will become minor, like we saw in our first example. The diminished will become augmented, and the perfect will remain perfect. I guess they're just not called perfect randomly. So in essence, a minor seventh would invert to a major second, or a perfect fourth to a perfect fifth, or a diminished sixth to an augmented third. It's easy to invert when you know the tip. Take some time and go through your Play Piano Theory textbook in order to work through the inversions at your own pace. The skill will come up quickly when we start looking at chord progressions later on. We'll see you in the next video.